Oh, you guys. James Caldwell, I love him to death. He calls me queen. He's the only person that does that. Every time I read it, it makes me feel a special kind of way in my heart, you guys. I'm having a moment today. Oh my God, just give me a second. It has been a stressful week. Very trying. And yeah, it's just been hard this week. So I'm glad that I have you guys to kind of distract me from what's going on. But I'm not going to get into all of that. I just want you guys to just pray for your girl. She needs it this week. Anyway, you guys, y'all know who I am, right? It's Rox, and I'm here with the 48th installment of Black Girls on Television. One show! That's good for me. Scandal was off. It'll be back next week, so all we got is the quad. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so it's all a talk around the schools. The boys, the girls, they're all talking about how Cedric turned out Dr. Fletcher's party the night before. And they're also discussing this video that's floating around campus of a certain girl that was being raped, slashed, having rough sex in the bushes. Nobody is quite sure if it was rape or not. Some say it is, some say it isn't, but there is a movement on the campus to try to curtail this rape culture. Cydney is in class and she's zoning out because she is having flashbacks of that unfortunate night. Now, Dr. Fletcher is trying to figure out who is responsible. You know, she's watching the video. She is alarmed. The security supervisor and one of his employees come to talk to her about it, and after a few questions, they find out that actually his employee is the one responsible for editing and uploading this video. And he said that he did it because he feels that the rape culture is supported on the campus and it needs to stop. So he put it out there for everybody to see kind of as a wake-up call, and he apologized. Dr. Fletcher said, I understand and I accept. I thought that was unrealistic. I was just like, yeah, even if he did do it for, a good cause, no. But anyway, once he leaves, she actually rips into the supervising security guard because she feels that he didn't think it was serious enough. His reasoning for not acting on it or acting on it as quickly as she would have liked is because, these kids do all kind of shit. Cameras catch them in the act all the time. He ain't got time basically to be looking after a whole bunch of hot and horny college students, many of which are probably having consensual sex. So she gets upset with him and she fires him right there on the spot. I was just in a class with PHR. You cannot do that kind of thing. Now we jump over to the band director, and he wants to make it clear to all of his band that they are above this. They don't get involved in this type of gossip. They don't get involved in this type of activity. Don't even talk about it. The drum major says it doesn't even look like rape to him. It looks like they was just hooking up in the bushes. And he was like, I don't give a fuck what it looked like. Like I said, do not involve yourself. Okay, after the meeting, one of the girls that was there with the drum major guy, she goes and tells him that the girl, now what's her name? I thought it was Melanie. I think you guys told me it was Noni. Am I saying that right? Nani? Nani? Anyway, the girl that's the brown noser, she tells the drum major that the brown nose girl, is the one who told the football team that the band had been talking about him, that it wasn't true, obviously, and she was trying to get some shit started. Okay, so he was like, she betrayed me. He just extra tough with his old 42 years old looking ass. He looked like he too fucking old to be in college. Now Cedric, he's at the school by himself. He misses his girl Ebony, so he calls her, and Ebony is down in the dumps. Okay, she's recovering well. Okay, scans look good, and she's almost back at 100. Okay, but she just don't want to go nowhere, don't want to do anything. He was just like, we got to go out and celebrate, you feeling better, and she's not feeling it. So he makes a surprise visit to her at her home. She's in bed. She's just like, what are you doing here? And he was like, I told you, we celebrating. Okay, why are you in this bed? You need to get up and get out. She was just like, I just don't have it in me. The band was all I wanted at one time, and they took it away from me. That's all I cared about, and now it's gone. Okay, you just don't know how it feels to lose something that was so important to you. He was like, really? Okay, my girlfriend did just get killed. She was like, I'm sorry. I forgot. I've just been wrapped up in my shit so long. How are you doing? He's coping. He's trying to make it. Okay, like his mother said, he's going to be there. He's going to make a difference. He is going to change his life. In the meantime, we need to get you out. Let's go out and have a good time. She's feeling bad for what she had said to him, so she says, okay. Now, skip over to the football team. They are having an undefeated season. The star player, the little black kid, I don't remember what his name is. Okay, and it looks like even Bojan, is that his name? I don't remember either. I'm sorry, you guys. I'll be better next week. He was a good addition to the team. Okay, now the white kid Bo, whatever his name is, goes and talks to the coach, and he was like, look, I appreciate you giving me this chance, and, I really want to prove to you that I want this position. The coach was like, yeah, I understand, but the star black quarterback that's playing right now is winning games for them. You guys know, like I know, that if a star player is playing well, then everybody that's in line behind him don't get much playing time. So he was just like, he's a senior. Just tough it out. Let him get through this year. As long as he's playing well, he's going to be playing. But, prove what you can while you can, and you might get that spot next season. So Bojan, or whatever his name is not real happy about that, but he understands. It's all about the sport, not about your personal feelings. So he says, okay. Now Cydney, because she's having such a hard time dealing with the rape, okay, she tries to figure out a way to cope. Her friend Madison is telling her that she needs to tell her mom. She was like, I'm not telling my mom nothing, okay, so that she can make it all about her. No. Madison was just like, I just hope you would, tell somebody. And Cydney was like, I'm not your project. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. But Madison is like, I'm your best friend, and I'm always going to be here if you need me. When Madison leaves, Cydney, who had just gotten back from a day of shopping at the mall, like I said, she's trying to figure out a way to cope. She has a small breakdown, throws her shit all over the place, goes and pulls everything out of the closet. I said, ooh, not white woman, not distressed white woman. Y'all fix to take it here on the show. But I felt sorry for her because, this whole rape is definitely getting to her. Makes you wonder how people feel when they have actually experienced that in real life, you guys. It's so ironic. Anyway, the board has found out that Dr. Fletcher has fired the supervising security guard, and they all mad. You basically can't just make these type of moves on your own. Young Jock is telling her that she had absolutely no right to do so, and they might get sued by that guy because of it. I was like, you right. She said, look, I don't care. He was very soft on the fact that this girl was raped, and we have to put forth a strong stance that this will not happen at GAMU. Whitley, what's her name? You guys, y'all know who I'm talking about. Jasmine Guy's character. She was like, okay, everybody's upset. Okay, remember, it's all men, Dr. Fletcher, and then Jasmine Guy. She was like, how about we take a little break, everybody cool down a little bit, and come on back, meet up, and see what we can come up with then. Okay, so they all agree to do so. Eva and Whitley, I'm gonna stop calling her that. Next week, I'm gonna be good with these names, you guys. They're having dinner at Eva's house. They're drinking wine and talking girlfriend to girlfriend, and Whitley just tells her, listen, you cannot be this way. I told you that we've got these men here, and this is different for everybody involved, so you have got to learn how to work with everybody. Of course, Eva doesn't see where she is coming from. She explains to her, like, you are like a Yankee to us, and then in return you come in and act as if we are some dumb country bumpkins down south who don't know what they're doing. And it doesn't rub off too well on everybody. Eva was like, oh my God, I'm not trying to be that way. Is that how I make you feel? And she was like, sometimes. All I'm saying is, take your time. Be willing to listen to everybody. Don't rush into things. Let's just see what we can do all together as a team, okay? And Dr. Fletcher promises her that she will be willing to do just that. Skipping back over to Cedric and Ebony, they're out. They're at a little speakeasy kind of karaoke, hip-hop karaoke joint. Everybody's having a good time. Again, they're discussing her coming back to the school, and she says it's nothing but pain there for her. And he said he totally understands, but you got to make a difference. We are the future. I like the fact that they had that message in there. The kids can't just give up. But anyway, like I said, it's a hip-hop karaoke kind of spot. You can do rap, you can do poetry, just whatever's on your mind. We find out that Ebony is an MC, so he wants to put her up there on the mic. She goes on up there, and then she challenges him. She wants to battle rap Cedric. So he comes up there as well, and they was cute on the mic. I was just like, why this little girl ain't, whoever this is, if it's not her in real life, whoever was rapping for her had a nice flow. All these talented female rappers out there, we need to be giving these girls chances, because I actually thought she did very well. And it was cute. They did a little back and forth thing. He is so cute to me. I'm thinking to myself, like, Roxanne, I know that boy is old enough, young enough to be your damn son, but ooh, he is a cutie pie. Y'all young girls out there. Now, back on campus the next day, Madison has two girls that are organizers for the people that are fighting the rape culture on the campus. They come to Cydney and Madison's room. Cydney is pissed that Madison had him come there. Obviously, she didn't want anybody to know. And Cydney is denying that it even is making her so upset. Cydney was just like, it's absolutely nothing to talk about. You guys need to leave. Kicks them out. They tell her it's okay. Whenever you're ready, we're here. They go on and leave. And then Madison was just like, I'm just trying to help. And Cydney was like, don't fucking help me. Tries to kick her out. And Madison was just like, excuse me, this is half my room too. I'm just gonna go over here. It was good that her little friend stood up to her. Okay, Cydney obviously is one of those ones that gets her own way. Jumping back over to old Bo John. Why don't that name feel right? Anyway, he gets a call from his dad. Okay, his old mean-ass racist bigot daddy. And his daddy was like, look, I've been out here and I've been campaigning for you. One of these Division I schools, they gonna take you in. The white kid is like, yeah, that don't really feel right because, you know, they took a chance on me here and I feel like I owe them. And he was like, you don't owe them nothing. Don't tell me about what feels right. I'm telling you that you're gonna get the hell up out that colored university and come on down where the big folks play. Of course, Bo, whatever, agrees with his dad. He does not want to fight against him. Plus, the daddy was like, you get on down here to these Division A schools and, hell, they gonna give us insurance for me and your mama. I guess when you get old, honey, that insurance is very important. Why don't they just get on Obamacare? He probably one of them ones that want to repeal and replace. So now jumping back over to the band directors, I'm not really sure what exactly was going on in this scene. I think maybe I got lost. He's having a conversation with his prostitute girlfriend. They about to get busy in the hotel, you know, it's his hours. I think he's talking about his sister and the fact that, you know, they can't talk to each other. You know, he's got lung cancer and all these problems. So she's trying to help him through it before they get busy. Hold on to that. We'll talk a little bit more about him a little bit later. Now, Ebony goes back to the dorm with Cedric. Now that she's out, she don't want to go home. She asks him if it's okay if she stays there in his dorm. I'm sure it's an all-male dorm. Or maybe it's not because I think the boys and the girls are sharing dorms now. But anyway, they ain't supposed to have no woman in the room. When Bryce gets home, he sees her and he's just like, hey, you know, good to see you. You look good. She was like, what, for somebody who had a fucking brain traumatic injury? And he was like, yeah, that's not what I meant, you know. But anyway, he's happy to see her. Cedric tells him that she's going to stay with him for a couple of days. And Bryce is just like, yeah, I'm not really sure about that. She was like, let me step out, let you guys talk. And Cedric and Bryce finally have this conversation about what Bryce's daddy said to Cedric when he came down to the jail. I'm not sure if Bryce really believed him, but Cedric was like, your dad didn't help me do shit. Okay, he came down there and told me I wasn't shit, wasn't never gonna be shit. And Bryce is sort of like, sure. But I'm thinking to myself, Bryce, why don't you think about what your brother told you? Blinded by the love for his damn daddy. Sometimes we gotta understand what our parents are, even if we love them to death. I know my mama's flaws. Still love her like she walked on the water. But I knew Ruby's flaws, believe me. While they in there discussing that, Ebony is at the vending machine and she bumps into the brown-nosed girl. She sees her in her uniform. She was like, you took my place? And she was just like, well, once you left, it wasn't really your place to have. And she was just like, I can't believe you still in that fucking band after I told you what they did to me. Detail to detail. Brown-nosed girl is feeling bad about it. She knows that she kind of betrayed her friend. But, of course, she's not going to drop out of the band because of what happened to somebody else. Ebony tells her that she sold her out. Why don't you go on and crawl right on back up the ass that you've been kissing all this time, and storms off. Okay, so a brown-nosed girl, she feels pretty bad, but hey, it is what it is. Jumping back over to the band director, this is what I was saying I don't understand. So this woman comes storming into his office, and she was just like, you can keep the money. You ain't got to send us nothing. You left, and you got out of the way, and the problems, and the black eyes, and everything. And I was just like, what is she talking about? Did I miss something somewhere, you guys? Was that the sister? I didn't even know what was happening there. Okay, he was trying to talk to her. She stormed out. Maybe we'll get more information on it later, but if I missed something, y'all let me know. Now, Dr. Fletcher, because she feels like she has got to say something about this rape, she does a live stream, okay, for all of the campus. And she is just letting it be known that, you know, GAMU will not ignore the rape culture that is there and that they will be investigating this rape because they only stand for what's just and decent. Soon as she finished, okay, here come Whitley. What the fuck did we just talk about? Didn't I tell you to just kind of relax and wait and see? And you jump on and do this? What the hell was we talking for if you was just gonna do what you wanted to do anyway? You know, Dr. Fletcher was just like, I did listen to what you said, and that's why it was important to me. And she was just like, no, you did not listen to what I said, because if you would have listened to what I said, you would have waited until we all got back together and said what we were gonna do collectively as a group. It's not about what you doing, it's how you doing it. You are this great Dr. Eva Fletcher, and Lord, what did we do before you got here, and what are we gonna do when you gone? So she storms out. Now, after everybody watches the stream, you know, Madison finally talks Cydney into talking to her mom about the rape. When they walk out of their dorm room and out to the center quad, they see the star football player. He's out there, you know, shaking hands, people congratulating him because, like I said, the football team is undefeated, right? Well, Cydney sees him and she realizes that that is the person who raped her. And she blacks out, zones out, okay? All she has in her sights is her rapist. She rushes up to him. She tries to fight him. She's screaming. She's crying. You raped me. You raped me. You know what you did. You raped me. Everybody's kind of looking at him like, oh my God, did you do this? And he's like, I didn't do that, you know, and he's uncomfortable. Madison gets a hold of Cydney and was just like, you know, come on, let's go. So they go and talk to Dr. Fletcher. Before they get there, Dr. Fletcher actually gets an envelope from the security guard from the campus, the kid that didn't get fired. It's actually pictures that are blown up and close that she can actually see who the victim is. And when she looks at the pictures, she sees that it's her daughter and she starts crying. Oh my God. Okay, she is broken down. She can't believe it. At the same time, this is when her daughter walks in and is just like, Mom. And Dr. Fletcher turns around and they rush to each other's arms and hug each other and cry in each other's arms. I was just like, oh. Terrible, terrible, terrible. We'll see if this changes the dynamics of their relationship. That was it for the quad. What did you guys think about it? Are you guys still enjoying the show? I think it's pretty good. It was dramatic this week, but it's still pretty good. All right, you guys, let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.